Hello, I'm James George with Power Blogger, and this week I'm going to show you how to uh, use Buffer for scheduling your tweets. Now, uh, Buffer doesn't just schedule tweets, it also schedules Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google+. And so I'm going to show you all that today. I use Buffer in combination with Hootsuite, and the reason is just because I like to be able to just easily schedule things, and being able to schedule certain things for certain Facebook and Twitter accounts just makes it really easy. And so with your basic account, which is free, you can have one Facebook, one LinkedIn, one Twitter, and one Google Plus account. And so I think this is good just because it makes it easy to post to one business account. And where you're in Hootsuite, you tend to promote things across multiple Twitter accounts. And to me, it's just too tempting to just mass spam your stuff to every Twitter account possible, trying to get every click and link that you possibly can. That's really not the case. That's really not the way to use it. And so the reason I like Buffer and using the basic account is, well, because it's free, and because you can just set it up to schedule your posts exactly at the same time every day. And so let's look at that real quick. So to add an account, you go into Buffer and you create an account with them, which is really easy. I'm not gonna walk you through that because that's just pretty simple, standard for every website. They'll ask you to link your LinkedIn or your Facebook, Twitter accounts. You link them all up, and if you want to add an account, you see accounts here, and you can click to add a social media network. And so you'll have to log into that network on here and allow access. And once you do that, you'll be taken to this page where you have all your accounts and everything is set up all together. And so this makes it really easy to schedule all your posts at one time. So once you do this, once you've got everything set up, you can, my next step, my next advice would be to go to schedule. And so here you have your schedule for every day. And I've got set up to post 8 times a day. You can do this or you can do less or more. It just depends on what you think is best and how active you want to be. And so you can set the exact times for everything. So you could set it at 8, 11, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 p.m. all the way through the day. And you can set this for every day, or you can set individual schedules for each day, just depending on how you'd like everything set up. And so once you've done this, it's just really easy. Just go into Buffer, and you can see your little icons here. And so if you want this to go out to everybody you know, you can click to add all those accounts. And you could say, if we go on here and I want to promote this post, or just copy the link, we'll go to Buffer and say, want to improve your typography, check out my new mini guide. And then we'll go ahead and paste the link in there. and it will automatically shorten the link, and you can see the preview image that Buffer will come up with. And so where this is really handy is if you've got more than one image in a post and you decide, well, I don't really want to show this one off. I want to show off another image, which it'll look through the posts and try to find the images within that post. You can cycle through the different images. And so let's say I wanted to show this as my image. I'm just showing a lot of text and good typography and talking about this. You can, once you've set all this up, and of course it tells you, it basically goes off the Twitter. If you've included Twitter, it goes off your limitation here of how this will fit into all of it. And so if you take Twitter off of there, that goes away. But putting Twitter in there, that's the only one that really has a text limit for a post. And so you can, it will say, hey, you've only got 56 characters if you want this to fit into Twitter. That's really handy. And so this works out pretty good. And once you've set all this up, you can say, well, I want to share this now, or I want to share this next. Or you can hit buffer, and it will put it at the next available time. And so it'll say one more post in your buffer. Great, keep it up. And so it's 4 p.m. here. If I look at the schedule, it's past the 4 p.m. so the next time it will share will be 6 o'clock if it goes via this posting time. And of course you could set it up via your time zone too. So I'm on Eastern time, which is, it's 4:07 here. And so it won't share the post that I just buffered until 6 p.m. Eastern time. And that's just what I've selected. So, and you could easily change this. Or you can add a posting time. You can set this up to tweet and post things on Facebook once an hour if you'd like. Now keep in mind though that people that follow you are going to get really tired of your stuff quick if it's not interesting or relevant. What I would suggest is, and this is just my advice for social media, is share your links every once in a while, or spread them out throughout the day. Do not make every social media post that you do a link to your own articles. That is irritating because all you're doing is just spamming your links out to people, and people generally don't like that. Social media is, yeah, it's for sharing your content, but it's also for building a relationship with other people. And so you definitely want to retweet other people's posts, share great sources, ask a question, send everybody a message. Like yesterday was Valentine's Day. You could say, happy Valentine's Day, whatever. You could schedule all of this ahead of time. And, you basically set it and forget it. And that's what I like about this. Now, combining this with Hootsuite, I may put things just for the Creative Beacon account here. And then my Hootsuite account may be for things like Web Design Blog and Power Blogger, which are my other sites. And I can schedule those days in advance. So this is really nice, for keeping a consistent schedule. But where Hootsuite comes in is you can set up a schedule for an entire week, and you can pinpoint exactly within just a few minutes of when that will be sent, which you can do here as well, but it's going to go off of this schedule that you set. So if you try to add a buffer at 10:15 at night, the next time it's going to post is going to be the earliest time that you've posted for the next day. In Hootsuite, you can determine AM, PM right then and there for each day, and you can just click via a calendar and decide when and where that's going to post. And so it just using these together is great, and having this as a free tool will save you a lot of time and effort. And another thing that you can do is you can look at your analytics. You can see what people are clicking on and what they found interesting. And so, like this post got 18 clicks, which is pretty good for, um, just, a basic post. Because some of these, only get like 5 clicks, 4 clicks, and that will grow as your reach grows, which mine has grown a lot over the past 6 months. And so just keep at it, and the key is consistency. But Buffer is a great free tool, and you can upgrade to what they call Awesome, which is the Pro account, which will give you a lot more options. You can add more accounts, but the basic Buffer account gives you 4 to start out with, which I think is pretty fair. And then once you grow more accounts and you start little side projects and things like that, you'll want to be able to add more accounts and add other profiles and pages in there as well to get more shares and likes and things like that. Well, I hope you found this useful. I'm James George, and this is Power Blogger.